A lot of people want to know if you could still buy a home in the Coachella Valley in the Palm Springs area for under 600,000 with a private pool. And another thing people ask me a lot about is no HOAs. So I'm going to share with you that right now in the desert cities, there are 56 homes, single family homes with no homeowners association with a private pool under 600,000. So let's take a look. There's even some in Palm Springs because you might be thinking, oh, well, they're all going to be in Indio. Or, I mean, they're wrong with Indio. I live in Indio, but that might be what people think who are a little more familiar, but they're not. There's some in Palm Springs. There's some in Cathedral City. There's Desert Hot Springs. Almost every city is part of this list. So other than no Indian Wells, no Rancho Mirage, I think every other city is actually in this list. So let's take a look. I picked 15 in particular that I thought were very, very nice. So I thought I would just show them to you. So just a little quicker video, I like to call them my desert minutes. So we're going to do some desert minutes and we're going to do them on, again, single family homes under 600,000 in the Palm Springs metro area. And again, some are actually in Palm Springs with private pools. So let's take a look at the 15 I thought deserved the best look. So let's start with, actually, I'm going to mix this up a little bit because I want to show you starting at the lowest price. So let's start with Cactus Drive in Desert Hot Springs. And now let me just tell you, none of these are my listings. So I haven't seen them. So I've only seen them on here, but they're super cute. So look at this one. So this one in particular has 0.21, so it's almost a quarter acre also, because I was looking at this picture and it looks like a nice big yard. So super cute. Now again, okay, inside could use a little cleaning up, could use a few things, but the tiles are super cute in the kitchen. Look, they did it throughout, and we've got some of the gray counters. You got some mountain views there, and you've got, a little elbow grease, and this thing. But again, it's $389. It is under 400,000 in this particular case. So let me show you another one in Desert Hot Springs. Avenida Ladera. Super cute. Look at the entrance here with the flanked. It looks like you could put a gate there. I don't think there is a gate there, but it's very cute. With the pillars on either side. Nice long driveway. Very lush. Very desert, almost tropical feeling there. So this particular house I love the gated sort of portico entry. Interior, it's a little bit dated, but again, we're talking under 400,000 here. Now let's switch over because you get the idea. If you want any of these, by the way, I'd be more than happy to send you the link. Look at this. Look at this pool. Super, it needs to be cleaned, but outside of that, the desert, we get stuff blown around a little bit. It's really hard to keep those pools clean 24/7 because you're getting a lot of stuff kind of blown around. Look, it's got a great pergola out there too. I love this yard. Geez, I might want to buy this one. Anyway, super cute. So again, something to keep in mind. These homes are out there. Look, it's at the end of a cul-de-sac too, which is also really nice. All right, let's look at Helen Avenue. This one is in Indio. This one looks like it could be a short-term rental. I always think that when I see some of this kind of wallpaper, and there's a few telltale signs, I would say, when you're looking at some of these. But it's super cute. Looks like it's been nicely maintained. And I'm going to skip. Again, very nice. Ah, there's the pool. Look how cute that is. You've got a pergola back there. You've got a lovely outdoor space, nice big yard. You got a little putting green. I love that. Looks like it could be the picture. The roof doesn't look 100% on point, but again, we're looking at under 500,000, this particular one. So this one's $499. Beautiful pool. All right, let's take a look at this one. Another one in Indio on Palmwood Drive. I think this picture almost makes it look kind of small, but this picture looks much bigger. I think that was just a weird angle. Yeah, that looks like a nice size pool in a good size yard. Cute inside. A little dated, nothing particularly wrong with it though. It looks actually like it's been very nicely maintained. So you've got some newer cabinets in the bathroom. All right, so there you go. There's another one in Indio. Let's slip down here to La Quinta on Avenida Ramirez. So this is in La Quinta Cove. Let's take a look at this one here. So yep, same thing. It's nice. It's very nice. I think I might update the tile if it were my house. But look, they've updated it in the bedroom here. And then you've also, look, that's a nicely updated shower as well. I suspect this also might be an Airbnb based on the towel placement. So you never know. But I think, look, another nicely remodeled bathroom. We are talking $539. I think some people hear Palm Springs and La Quinta and they think it's just going to be so expensive. But in actuality, you'd be surprised how much you can get for your money. So there's an example in La Quinta. Here's an example in Cathedral City. Another nice yard here. I love the blue doors because it's very Palm Springs. Let's look in the backyard. I love the updated kitchen. Looks like some newer cabinets, or at least painted, but definitely newer light fixtures, which is really nice. It looks like some newer appliances, at least the stove. Newer bathroom right there. You also have the ceiling fan. Okay, let's skip out to the pool because that's really the one we want to talk about. Okay, you've got a covered patio. You've got what looks to be a nice lap pool and a spa and a hot tub. Okay, so that's nice. And some of these other ones I think had hot tubs too. Maybe. That one did not. This one did not. Okay, maybe not all of them. But that one had a hot tub, so that's really nice. Okay, so this one's in Palm Desert on Velardo Drive. And again, I just picked 15 that I thought looked, particularly nice because for this one, for instance, I love the backyard. I love all of the shrubs here are very, very nice, like keeping that privacy and keeping also some wind down, things like that. That's also a very nice feature. I also thought, look, inside, you've got the, updated flooring. You've got the barn doors, all sorts of fun stuff. The kitchen, what have you. All right, so that another really nice one with a above ground hot tub. So that one's nice as well. So let's move down to another one in Cathedral City, which I thought was really cute. Look at this super cute backyard. I loved the straw wall or fencing there is really, really cute. Makes it feel very tropical. And then you've got a nice island kitchen there with and then it looks like more of a plunge pool, a smaller pool, but you know what? Hey, who cares? Look at the rest of this house. Super nice. It's got urinal. That's kind of weird. Anyway, moving right along. Vessel sink, etc. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at Ixtapa in Coachella. So in the city of Coachella, we've got another super cute. Again, these are all single family homes that I pulled. There's no condos or anything, although condos don't typically have a private pool, but some of them do. You'd be surprised. I've even seen manufactured homes with a private pool. I love what they did with the surround on the wall, all the wainscoting around the fireplace there. Looks really, really cool. Yeah, that looks awesome. I like that a lot. Let's see. Yeah, they did some really nice stuff in this house. But we saw the pool though. Really, did we see the pool? Where'd it go? Aha, there it is. Oh, look at that. Nice covered patio. Yeah, this is super cute. Great little chibi bean pool there. And let's go. So that one is $559.9, right? So $560. Here's another one in Indio on Diamondback Trail. Look, that's even got the Baja shelf. It's got the spa. That is gorgeous. And so we've got our front yard here. Looks like a little gated entry, a little front covered patio as well, which is really nice. There's your little gated entry there. So very, very cute. So I want to move over to Palm Springs. All right, let's look at Palm Springs. Here's two. So I've got 3 in Palm Springs. At no HOA, private pool, under $600,000. That flamingo tells me it's probably a short-term rental. There's always a flamingo, but they've got this here. So you've got your RV gates ready to go, which is really nice. Another plus that people really like. All right, let's look. You've still got your garage. This is really cute. You've got the beam ceiling, you've got new flooring, and really beautiful kitchen update. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Love that. Full bathroom update. The black tile may not be everybody's taste, but this one's cute though. Look at that. Anyway, look, you've got the backyard cooking area, etc. All right, let's look at the next one down. This one is right under 600, but it is under. So we've got one on Luna Way here, another pool spa combo that looks to be not as updated as some of these other ones, but it does look to be well maintained with some updates such as the fans and some appliances here clearly are updated. So you've got that one there. Another one for $599.9. Look at those mountain views too. My gosh, that is gorgeous. Yep, very cute inside. This one again in Palm Springs. Let's pop over to the backyard again. Nice big lot, nice big pool and spa combo. You've still got your garage. Yeah, very, very cute. Cute place here. And then finally, do I have one or two more? We've got another one on Avenida Ramirez. Very cute. Yeah, sort of southwesterns or more something you might see more in Arizona, which we do have a lot of sort of a Southwest style, Santa Fe style house. Very, very cute. Nicely done too, as far as the landscaping is concerned. Some good light fixtures and flooring, all the things. Very cute kitchen, updated kitchen. And then let's push down here a little bit. Take another few more looks at this. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. That's a nice big pool too. Oh, I love this. I love this little area here that they've got for relaxing. And then finally, we've got one in Bermuda Dunes, which is probably, no, it's not Bermuda Dunes Country Club because I didn't pull anything with an HOA. So, okay, AI enhanced. Keep that in mind when you're looking at the photos, at least the front. If it's put on here, so my understanding is, as far as what we're supposed to be doing, that one's been enhanced. This one has not. And then here's the normal. Okay, so here's enhanced. There's what it actually looks like, which still looks cute. And I can see what they're going for with the enhanced because you can kind of see what you might want to do down the road as far as some updates are concerned. But the inside is very nice, very clean. Again, new flooring, updated cabinets, updated appliances, all of the things. And then let's get out to the backyard here. We see what is super cute in there. Okay, look at this pool. This pool is huge. Very, very nice. And it's also got the spa. So, yeah, there you go. All right. So there's 15, the 56 homes that are right now active under 600,000 in the Palm Springs area from any point in the desert from Coachella to Palm Springs. So Coachella is over here on the east side. Palm Springs is over here on the west side. So the whole desert cities has almost every city has been covered in this group of homes. So as you can see, though, we see more in Desert Hot Springs, Indio, and we've seen some in Palm Desert and La Quinta. So again, but there's almost every city has been covered in some way, shape, or form here with a couple of exceptions. But you can go from one side of the valley to the other and still get a private pool, a beautiful private pool with your no HOA dues, because that's something we have a lot of HOAs here. So sometimes people come into town and they're like, you know, I don't want an HOA. That can get a little bit more difficult to find. But in this particular case, we have no homeowners associations, under 600 private pool. You've got a ton to pick from right now. And if you've been thinking about buying, and I did a video about this last week. In fact, you know what? It's the one that I'm going to link on here at the end. But I did a video about why buying in the summer is probably your better bet. And because, you know, our summers tend to be like other people's winters, not as many people out because of the extreme weather, right? When winter is here, you have a lot more buyers who are, you know, who you're competing with, right? But for the summer, there's not as many people here. So if you're looking for a little bit potentially better deal, or at least better negotiating power, yet potentially, because you never know, every seller's going to be different. But if you want to have a little bit more possibilities of that, buying in the summer can be advantageous to you. And clearly, there's lots of cool stuff to pick from. So I hope that was helpful. Maybe we'll see you down here in the desert. FYI, I'm Lisa Angel with LPT Realty. I didn't introduce myself up front, but if you've made it this long, I want to let you know I have been doing real estate for about 28 years, and I can help you find something here in the Valley. And if you have any questions or comments, I want you to please feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Thank you for staying through the video. I would love a thumbs up and a subscribe if you think any of this content has been helpful. Have a great day.